Good morning, everyone. It's Monday morning at about 8 a.m. Eastern Time, and welcome to Heartful Meditation Group Practice. I'm Reverend Peter Panagore, and I'm your host for this Mondays and Wednesdays at 8 a.m. Eastern. And today, a little quote from George Fox, the English dissenter who was the founder of the Religious Society of Friends, commonly known as the Quakers. And in your growth, in the seed, is in the silence, where ye may find a feeding on the bread of life. And there is innocence and simplicity of heart, and spirit is lived in, and the life is fed on. In the silence is your growth. And that's what we're about here. We're learning to practice silence, daily meditation practice, especially in these times of stress in the United States and around the world. Daily meditation practice calms our anxieties and our fears. It makes us more present in our daily life. It gives us time to react, rather to think about our reactions to circumstances, rather than just reacting without thinking. It makes us able to be in the now, which is where God is accessed always. God's not in the future. God's not in the past. God is always in the now, in the moment, in the silence. It brings us to a presence of mind that makes it easier to face the difficulties of our lives. And what do you do in your meditation? It's super simple. I chant inside my head. I grew out of the centering prayer practice, and I have a mantra that I prayer chant. I ride it on my breath like a butterfly. I'm going to close off my airplane mode. I ride it on my breath like a butterfly inside my heart, inside my mind, up and down. I begin with my third eye. That's where I bring my focus, and I lock it into either my root chakra or my second chakra up, and I breathe. And when my mind wanders, I come back to my prayer. I come back to my chant over and over and over again. And it brings peace in the day of your practice. All day long, for hours on end, peace is developed inside of you in the moment of the practice and lasts through the day. And it carves a deeper channel inside yourself for what Teilhard de Chardin called self-divinization, which is the opening of oneself up to allow room for the presence of the divine. It's this wonderful thing that gets passed down century after century because it's effective. The tools work even if you aren't a believer. Tools work even if you have your doubts. The tools work on their own. So welcome this morning. Uh, Good morning, Blue. Hey, Russell. Glad you guys are here. I'm going to check over here and say, howdy, Thas. Saw you yesterday. Glad you were there. You were pretty quiet. Hi, Sue. You love this quote. I'm a big fan of George Fox. I don't know if any of you attended Quaker meetings, but Quaker meetings are basically meditation sessions on the large scale. And Ben, you're welcome. So here we go. I'm going to set the timer for 20 minutes. And we'll end. You might hear like an owl and birds from my phone, because I have nature sounds on my phone for my alarms. But I'll end it officially with the ringing of the D note off of the bell, off of the bowl that my dear daughter gave me. Hi, David. Good morning. So we're just about to begin, David. I'm going to set the timer. I'll turn down my mic a little bit because there's a little bit of traffic out there now that it's July and there are a lot of tourists in my town. You'll hopefully still be able to hear the frogs, but I'll just turn down the mic a little and I'll turn that back up after. So here we begin. See you in 20 minutes. Thank you, everyone, for coming this morning, Ali and Ken and Leah, along with everyone else. One thing I read a long time ago was Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, a book. And one of the things I took away from it was to always approach my meditative life with a beginner's mind, always as if I was beginning again for the first time. It keeps away self-righteousness, it keeps away ego, always thinking of myself as a beginner in my meditation life. I hope this worked for you today. I hope you come back on Wednesday and we see each other again. Remember to use diaphragmatic breathing when you're doing your meditation. An empty stomach helps a lot in your practice, so there's nothing in their belly to get in the way of the breath. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like this video. If you go to my website, peterpanagore.love, you can subscribe there for my weekly email, which comes out on Tuesday or Wednesday, depending upon the week, with the links and the schedule and the past Sundays, not church. I appreciate your support in making these events happen. Your gifts make it possible for me to continue on this new ministry. Long ago, when my TV show ended, and people said, "Oh, Peter, you should start a church." No, I didn't want to start a church. So confining, so doctrinal, so dogmatic. But I find myself now beginning not church, a mystical heretic's pursuit of the divine, using the biblical scriptures that have been used as weapons through the centuries. So I thank you for coming this morning, and I will see you again on Wednesday. It's always sort of tough to come out of meditation. Take your time and keep at it. Never give up. I'll see you all again. Peace and love to you all. Bye. You're welcome, Sue. You're welcome, Tas. You're welcome, Ben.